know how to describe what the filling tastes like.
Because that's what it did. It essentially cheated. And it's a little Halloween night sky.
These freaking cannolis. The healthiest in here is the god Gouda.
First vlog of March. Tomorrow's my birthday. We had a blast today. We're watching The Phantom. I do have some other I want to show you because we had a blast in medieval times. So we got to see some jousting, but I realized I opened the fridge to get a soda and I have this Reptar bar I bought and didn't try on camera. So I'm kind of hungry. I want a little bit of a snack. So I have a piece, has some type of green filling. Krista, who is off camera, she tried it and she said that it was, how did you describe it?
It was not my favorite. The filling just tastes weird. I don't even know how to describe what the filling tastes like.
I'm going to try it and we're going to see what the filling's like. Now it's supposed to turn your tongue green like in the show. There's tons of Etsy and like fan-made Reptar bars. This one's officially licensed, so let's see.
I just hope it doesn't taste like chicken.
I want to know what it tastes like. Okay. Chocolate's good. The filling, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
The chocolate's really good. It's the filling.
See the meme of the old man where he was like, we're trying to get like the ice cream to cover his tongue. I don't want to say frosting, but that's like the only thing I can think of. Like, look how gooey that is, guys. Here you go, Sarah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's like frosting. I have loot, and I'm really excited to talk about it. So, yesterday we went to Medieval Times, and we had a blast. So this is the mug that I got, and then Sarah got this cool mug, which has some lights, and it has an on switch somewhere. Oh, here it is. So yeah, it just lights up, and yeah, I thought that was really cool. So we got some souvenir mugs. I really like mine. Like, it's like an old-fashioned, it's made of ceramics, which is super cool, but it's like that old-fashioned kind of mug. And Medieval Times is super cool. The outside of the building looks like a castle. They have a moat. They were jousting and sword fighting. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Noah did really good. He enjoyed it a lot. Towards the end, he was getting a little fussy, but I think it was just a lot of stimulation for him. Oh, and the cool thing is you eat like medieval food, so there's no silverware unless you order soup, but you get like essentially like a little thing to drink from, and you get like the old-fashioned mug. So like this was a novelty mug that you can buy, but they have normal mugs that you use. Was really, really cool and awesome. I had a blast. It was just so much fun, and I did get some loot from there, including this little keychain, which I thought was awesome. So this has the different knights, so they have 6 different knights. Then when you sign up for it, you get assigned a knight randomly. So we had the green knight, there's the blue knight, the red knight, the yellow knight, the black and white knight, and then the red and yellow knight. So very cool, and I like how this spins. So you can set it to whichever knight's your favorite, whichever one you got. And I also got this. So I wanted to get a sword from there. The swords were a little expensive. They were about 150 to 170 depending on which sword you get. And the thing is that as much as I want another real sword, I already have like 2. I just don't have a spot to actually put my real sword, so I got this stunt blade. So this actually is about the same weight as a real sword, but it's for training, so you can train with someone and not horrifically injure them. I mean, granted, you could probably bludgeon someone with this, because this is still not a toy. This is like an actual, like, still like a solid weapon, but you don't have to worry about chopping off your partner's arm if you're training with them. So I thought this was a really nice compromise to still get a sword, but not have one that was too expensive or one that I just didn't have room for. This one I'm cool with just leaving like in the closet because it's not sharp, it's not metal, so I don't have to worry about making sure that's properly stored and make sure that it doesn't get damaged. Very cool, really like this. I'm actually going to do some photos with this and me so I can get some references to draw from. So that's another reason why I wanted to get into the sword, so I could do some cool dual-wielding swords. So there we go. I also got this candy from my sister, so that was a gift from today. Got me this really nice little D&D shirt, and I love on the back. Like, that's just cool. So on the back it says, "Go forth to adventure." And yeah, I absolutely love that. It is so cool. And I'm going to actually wear this Tuesday for the D&D campaign that me and my friends are doing. So having a lot of fun there, which I did draw my character for that. I just haven't inked it or started working on it. So it's drawn, I just haven't made a video on it yet. And then my sister also got me this. It's a Friday the 13th ramen bowl. it has chopsticks, and it also has the little chopsticks helper. So I've never seen a Friday the 13th one. I've seen Winnie the Pooh, I've seen Naruto, I've seen Dragon Ball Z, I've seen Nightmare Before Christmas. The Godzilla one is really cool, that's one I wanted, but this one is so freaking cool. So I cannot wait to make some ramen in this thing. This is such a nice gift from Krista and Alex, and Noah. Absolutely love this. And Sarah, so I had one thing that I kind of wanted for my birthday, nothing too big, and she went out and got it. It is a model kit of the Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh! For those of you who don't know, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's a really fun card game. I think the show was really influential as me as a kid, and generally speaking, I like Egyptian history. I think it's really cool. It's not my favorite era in history, like, ooh, if I had to pick my favorite, that's really tough, but Egyptian is right up there, and this is just really cool. I thought this was awesome. So she got that for me for my birthday, and I can't wait to build it today, actually, because I'm kind of taking today off just to chill and not really film. So I got a lot of really fun loot, and it was really cool and nice, and we had a T-Rex birthday cake, which was super nice. It was all Jurassic Park themed instead of Batman themed this year. So overall, super nice, awesome birthday. I'm going to put away this stuff, find a home for everything, and just have fun building my Millennium Puzzle. So, really excited about that. So, yeah, today's been pretty good. This month has been super good. I'm really glad I got to have 2 really awesome, like, upbeat, positive clips in the beginning of this vlog, because we're going to keep being awesome and keep working on projects. Last month's vlog, I titled it Projects and Loot because I just had so much going on. But we're going to keep that going because if you want to keep busy, if you want to keep being creative, the key is just to never stop. Hey Sarah, hold up your prize. I want it with my muscles. My muscles. We're at Strawberry Festival, and we are going to try some food. So let's go. Woo! Look at that food. Woo! That's so good. So good. So this right here is the best lemonade I've ever had. It's peach, and it's amazing, and it's a bucket.
It's like a freaking bucket, like it's got a handle and everything.
I love it. And it actually has room for 2 straws. So, we are actually currently waiting on deep fried Oreos and fried pickles. I've never had deep fried Oreos before.
They're heaven.
This is
your arteries clogging, but they're heaven.
Oh my gosh, so this is the first fair I've gone to that I can eat the food. Because we have all my allergies sorted, we have my acid reflux sorted. I can actually do something I've always wanted to do, which is just try festival food. This is a dream come true.
And he married a foodie, so this is a bad combo.
Deep fried Oreo, let's do this. Oh my, guys, this is the most amazing thing I've ever put in my mouth.
You made fun of me when I don't think that.
God, no, you understand. This is real.
The most American
oh my
thing
god.
you've ever eaten.
No, the most American thing I will ever eat will be deep fried Twinkies. But deep fried Oreos, it's weird. You can taste the deep fry, but it enhances the flavor of the cookies, and then the cream gets sweeter.
I thought Gordon Ramsay just shed a tear.
It's gonna be a food vlog now.
Who are party? So we tried some awesome food.
We did.
We watched a magic show.
Yes.
We got a portrait done from a caricature artist. And
lemonade.
Delicious lemonade. Tried Gator. I think we've had an awesome day. Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm wearing my D&D shirt that Chris and Alex got for my birthday. And yeah, I love this shirt. Hopefully you guys can see the artwork on the back. It's really, really nice. It's also bright red and super comfortable. Now, I have some loot that I'm really excited to talk about, mainly because it's some artwork, it's some art supplies, and I also did build the Millennium Puzzle that Sarah got me for my birthday. So, absolutely love this. This was a really cool, fun build because the way it works is you build the pieces, and that's all that's in the instructions. You have to figure out how to assemble the pieces into the puzzle. Now, I got about halfway through and got a little impatient, so I decided to cheat and look up instructions, and I'm going to be honest, this thing kind of cheats because it's a puzzle. So I expected it all to fit together and not change the rules of how it goes together. So there are 2 times when you're building this thing that a piece you put in, you have to move later on. So that's really weird. And then there's also 3 separate occasions that you actually have to build smaller pieces with the different pieces and then put it into the main piece. So I don't like that it kind of cheated because that's what it did. It essentially cheated, but it was a very fun build. I really enjoy it. I might paint it. I think that'd be really cool to hit it up with some really metallic gold paint to make it shine and glow just like the anime. So something that I am thinking about doing, but I do want to get like a chain or rope so I can hang it, probably like right there in the studio. I think this is so cool. I love how it's life size, and it also like shows you like how big this would be if you were to actually like have it as a necklace. Like that is a big puzzle. So right now it's just chilling on my inking box right there. I think that's like a really good spot for it. Now to get into some of the loot, and it's tradition on the channel, the piece of loot that I'm the most excited for, I'm going to talk about last because it's me. I'm a huge nerd and I know I will go off on that, and I want to pay attention to the rest of the loot appropriately. So first off, I did buy a piece of artwork from a local Tampa artist. She is actually our featured artist this month at the art store that I work at, and I grabbed her business card. It is featherlightquilling.com, and her name is Janice Brooks. So this is her information. Please go ahead, pause, take a look at her stuff. Absolutely amazing. She has earrings, bracelets, necklaces, I mean, really cool stuff. But this piece of artwork here that she made really spoke to me. And it's a little Halloween, night sky, pumpkins, you have the moon, but you have two bats. This is super cool, and it is quilling. So she takes pieces of paper and she folds them and rolls them to create these really cool, I don't want to say illustrations, but pieces of artwork depicting scenes and patterns. This is really cool. So I don't quite know yet where I'm going to put it in the studio, so I will be figuring that out shortly. But I really, really, really like this piece. So very happy about that. Always happy to support a local artist. Please go ahead and check her out. If I remember, please remind me if I forget. I will put a link to at least the website in the description of this video. So go check her out. And then of course I have the character that me and Sir got at the Strawberry Festival. So I also real quick just like how Sarah is just smaller than me. Like, we're about the same size in real life, so that kind of made me smile that this guy was like, no, we're gonna like buff you up. But I love my beard, I love her glasses, I love her smile, I love my smile. Like, this is cool. I don't do caricature work myself. I have drawn pictures of my friends, but it's more in a comic book style, and I've never had a caricature done of me, so this was really cool and really fun. I am going to frame it and then find a place to put this somewhere in the studio. I have an idea of where I'm going to put it, probably over here above the water heater. We will see, but I absolutely love that, so we're going to put that to the side. And then I'm going to talk about some of the loot I got, including a replacement from Winsor Newton. So I reached out to Winsor Newton and asked for replacements of 3 defective inks that I got. Now, the thing about it is they accidentally sent me 2 of the same one. So I have 2 burnt siennas and 1 nut brown. I needed 1 nut brown, 1 burnt sienna, and 1 peat brown because those were the defective inks that I had. But I do like that they actually got back to me and sent me this totally for free. They even said I could keep this guy right here. Now, their customer service is phenomenal. I literally emailed them, and the next day, like not even a full 24 hours, they got back to me. So that was really cool, really impressed about that. Like, normally customer service with bigger companies takes forever, but these guys were on top of it. They just needed some information, some pictures, sent it to them, and yeah, everything was super smooth. They were very nice, so very happy to report that. I also did buy some Copics. However, these are not your normal Copics. These are empty Copics. And I don't mean a colorless blender, because I do actually have a colorless blender Copic Classic, and as you can see, it's labeled. This right here is a empty Copic, so you can mix your own ink and then put it into it. Now, I did have one of these before, and I did try to make my own white alcohol marker. It really didn't work, but I'm going to try to do some custom colors, and I only found 3 at my job, so that's why I grabbed them, so very excited about that. I also did get some extra nibs too, so these are the convertible nibs for the Copic Classic to give it a brush tip, because for those who don't know, a Copic Classic has a chisel tip, just like the Copic Sketch. Well, actually, it is slightly different from the Copic Sketch and C.H.A.M.B.E.R. It actually has its own like nib packaging, so you can't put a Sketch and C.H.A.M.B.E.R. nib in a Classic, but its real defining feature, at least the one that really does matter, like you can visually see the difference, is it has a bullet tip. So very interesting, and there are nibs you can get to actually give a bullet tip to your Copic Sketcher Classic, so I do kind of like how they have that compatibility. I also got some free stickers, so Alexis, one of my coworkers, gave me a little stack of these free stickers. There's a couple weird guys in here, but I do like this little Avengers one in here, and then I also like how this one has a little bat dude, so very fun, very happy about that. And one of the customers stopped by and gave us all free stickers of her light up neon Venom piece, so very cool. If I can remember her Instagram, because I do follow her on Instagram, I will link it in the description. If I don't, I do apologize. Next time I see her, I'm going to ask her to just message me again so that I can pull it up easier. But yeah, this is super, super cool. I love this. She actually had this piece featured on one of the art shows that we did, so that was really cool. So I got to see it in person. Now I have a sticker, so that was very, very nice of her. I'm going to try and put it somewhere, either on my external hard drive, my watercolor palette, or my thermos. I did try to fit it on my thermos earlier, but unfortunately it's just too big. I'm going to try again because I really like it, so I want to get it on there. And then the last piece of loot that I have that's art supplies related, and I did keep it in this box just so I don't lose anything and keep everything nice and organized, is this right here. This is an acrylic matte medium. The reason I bought this isn't because me and acrylics are starting to get along. If you have watched the channel for any length of time, you know that I am not a fan of acrylics. We just don't vibe that well. Acrylic inks, a lot more. Normal acrylics, no, not really. But a acrylic matte medium is something, an acrylic matte medium is something you mix into your acrylics to let them dry matte. Now, here's the thing about this. The reason I bought this is for watercolor, because at my job, I work in an art store, I was talking to a man from Canada that he was sharing me a little tip, a little nugget of information that really caught me by surprise, and I will be making a full video exploring it, but I want to do some tests of my own. He said that you can use an acrylic matte medium to apply it to the surface of, with a credit card or some type of flat, like flat object like a spatula or a palette knife, and you could just apply it to the edge of any book or specifically a drawing pad and turn it into a block. So that's really cool. Now, for those who don't know, a watercolor block or just a sketching block is similar to a pad where you do remove the pages, but they are sealed blocks on all sides except for one small opening, so that you can work on the surface and then remove it. That way you don't have any buckling or curling, it can dry flat. So essentially, the technique that he shared with me and how to do it, you just use a matte medium to convert all of your drawing pads into blocks. This is a game changer in my opinion, so I really want to try it and see if it works, so that's why I picked that up. This is Liquitex, they make some pretty good stuff. I have not used a lot of acrylics, but I have used a couple of Liquitex stuff, and they're really, really good. So, really excited about that. And now for the last thing, the thing that I'm the most excited for. So, I don't think I've mentioned this on the channel before, but I am a really big fan of Goosebumps. Now, no surprise considering the fact that I am a 90s kid, I'm also huge into horror. I love the horror genre. Well, growing up, I wasn't allowed to read the Goosebumps books, but I was allowed to watch the TV show, and I thoroughly loved and enjoyed it. Halloween is my favorite time of the year. I mean, that's why I bought this Halloween piece of artwork, because I love Halloween. I have so many fond memories of Halloween with my family. So Goosebumps is one of those things where I really liked watching the show and the episodes, and I found the Art of Goosebumps book, and this is awesome. So this actually goes into how each of the covers were made. Now, the main artist for the original run of the Goosebumps book is Tim Jacobus. I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing it, and he illustrated all but 2 of the Goosebumps books from the original run. I believe it is Don't Go in the Basement which was the second book that was released. He didn't do the illustration for because it was him and another artist that were up for the contract. He ended up winning the contract, and then there was another cover. I don't remember the name of that book, but he didn't do that one because he was on vacation. But this right here is a wealth of information, because I love the art of the Goosebumps books. As someone who never read them, I loved them. Like, looking at them, my friends growing up had them. Recently, actually, for one of Sarah's birthdays 2 years ago, I actually did buy her, I believe it was a set of 50 Goosebumps books. I don't know if it's all of them, but it was something around there. It was like a good chunk of them. So I got that for her. And yeah, this is just really cool because it shows the original sketches, it shows a little bit of the process, it has commentary on it, and the thing that makes me laugh about this is that it's written by Sarah Rodriguez. Now, of course, Rodriguez is spelled the Cuban way, which is the EZ, but Sarah's name is spelled with an H, and that made me laugh because this is Sarah with an H, and my Sarah is Sarah without an H. So I thought that was incredibly funny. That made me laugh. And yeah, so I got this mainly for me and Sarah to look at and just kind of like admire, but Sarah understands that it's probably going to be in my studio and I'm going to be referencing it. And this is a cool reference. Again, I love Goosebumps. I love horror. Goosebumps is one of those shows that really kind of triggered the love of Halloween and horror in my mind. So very, very cool to have this. Normally it's like $50 online. I did find it on Amazon for $25, so it did drop down, at least the last time that I checked it, by quite a bit. And yeah, this is just so cool to see. And these were all done with acrylics and an airbrush, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't read everything, but yeah, this is really, really cool. So very happy to get this. I would like to do a video where I make my own Goosebumps inspired cover. I think that'd be really cool. So maybe we'll do that in the future. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. But yeah, this is one of those things where I'm very happy to add this to my collection, and I'm also very happy to have this really cool piece of artwork. So yeah, go ahead and check out her stuff. Again, linked in the description. And of course, this is just cool to have a character finally, so very excited. Overall, that is everything for today. I've been working on some projects, including a giant swatch list of all of my art supplies, so that has been taking a while. And then we're doing a summer show at my job, so I'm working on a piece for that, which is currently in this drawer that you can't see, but really excited to finish that off. I do have the pencils done. I just need to do the inking and the coloring. So a lot more work ahead, a lot more projects, but I like to keep busy. So that's everything for today. I haven't gotten the chance to talk to you guys, so here's quite a bit of loot that I'm just dumping randomly on you. But I think those are always fun because you get to hear me talk about a lot of nerdy stuff in rapid succession. I can't sleep, but my wife has work, and I can't bother her because she's gotta wake up at 5 and it's 1 o'clock. And I can't bother anyone else with my insomnia, but I did it to myself because I'm drinking coffee, and I also have a blank sheet of Bristol that I want to fill, but I don't know with what. And I hope you guys enjoyed that musical number. I don't sing because I can't sing, even though, fun fact, I did take singing lessons when I was little. In fact, that actually allowed me to control my breathing and my talking and my breath so that I can actually talk for a very long time while disguising my actual stops for breath, and essentially also just be able to control my breathing. Really helpful when I had asthma because I also suffered from a lot of different issues there. But with that said, I have some stuff I want to talk about. Mainly, I've been working on some projects. So I have one huge project that I've been working on. I have a commission I've been working on. And on top of that, I am also working on a huge video. It is one that I wanted to make for a while, did a lot of research on it. Just to give you guys a heads up, it is a review of the Olo markers. In fact, you see some Olo markers right there. And the reason I've been wanting to make this video is because I really like Olo markers. I wanted to put a lot of effort into this video, so they tend to be really big and take time to film. In fact, this is actually the first video that I'm doing 2 full illustrations, so a lot of work. In fact, one of those illustrations I'm going to be entering in a pinup contest, so hopefully I win and get some money out of that. We will see. Either way, it's something that's going to be really fun. It's a cool challenge, really trying to strengthen my anatomy. And I have some really fun stuff that I want to talk about. Not just loot that I purchased, but 2 gifts from customers. And I have to say, it does warm my heart when this happens, because one thing I like about my job is, while yeah, I am a manager and I'm a salesperson and I'm helping people, I am making a connection. I get to help artists and answer questions, and I love the relationships that I build with people. For example, I think I've mentioned him before, but Mr. George, link in the description. Please check out his Instagram. He's so sweet. He's such a talented artist. He's legitimately like not just one of the most talented artists I've met, he's one of the nicest dudes. He's like my dad's age. I love talking with him. We have a lot of fun. Every time he comes in, we spend like 15-20 minutes just talking. I love how I have these relationships with people. The other day, I actually saw a advertisement for a book on Hanna-Barbera. I ended up ripping out the page from my previews just to bring it in for a customer that she's a regular. She loves Hanna-Barbera. That's all she talks about. And I'm an animation dude, so we have that connection, and I grew up with Hanna-Barbera. So I was like, hey, I saw this advertisement for this book. I don't know if you know about it. And she didn't know about it. and it was something where I was like, I saw this and I instantly thought of you, and I love that connection, and I love being able to have that friendship with people that come in, and it's not just like, oh, you're a customer, you're buying stuff. It's like, no, you're my friend, and I want to know what you're working on. You know, what is the new project that you got? How can I help? And I just love that aspect of my job. So I got 2 gifts from them. And speaking of gifts, I did get a gift from Patty. This was quite a while ago. So she gave me quite a few Lego sets. They were Batman themed, and there's one in particular that I was really excited for, but I didn't have room for it. Well, I decided to go in and actually clean up this section here so that I could display one of her gifts. She got me not a Batman cowl that you would associate with me, because I like the darker, more serious Batmans. She got me the Batman cowl that's the Adam West Batman. And while I love the Adam West show, the thing about that makes this special is that while a other Batman cowl you would argue would be a better fit for me, what I like about this is that this highlights something that we both love, which is the campy, corny nature of superheroes. And this means so much more because it came from Patty and it's the Adam West one than it would have been just the normal cowl. And I love this because the Adam West show is super goofy, it's super silly, but we both love it, and it's just that little thing where it's like, it's very personal. It's not just something Batman, it's something Batman that we both enjoy. So I love it. Also, this is a really clever build. It's 2 parts, and there's some really legitimately clever engineering going on in here. Like, I was genuinely impressed building this thing. Didn't take that long. I think it was like an hour and 20 minutes at the most. Probably just like an hour in real time. But, you know, Josh time is one of those things where, like, 10 minutes can feel like 6 hours, and 6 hours can feel like 10 minutes. It's wonky, but really cool. I can't wait to display it in the studio, so that was a super cool gift. Got it a while ago, finally got to build it. Super fun. Thank you, Patty. I know you watch the vlogs. Really appreciate you. And again, I love the fact that you grabbed me the Adam West one because it just feels more personal. It feels more right coming from you. So, you're the best. Now on to the other gifts, being this guy right here. So this was a gift from Don, and he actually made this. So this is the Frank Fletcher palette, and he did give me a little pamphlet with a little handwritten note. I won't read it out because, well, I just don't feel like reading it. But this is pretty cool. So the way you hold it is yellow is at the top, and you can actually turn this wheel and it gives you your color palette. And so you actually do the same here. I'm not 100% sure exactly how it works. I will be honest, I'm still learning. I'm actually going to be reaching out to him because he did put his contact information on the back of this. So I want to call him and we're going to actually sit down and figure out how to use this. So that's going to be really fun to do. So I can't wait to do that. And then the other gift I got was this right here. So one of my regular customers, her name is Liz. She is super nice, super awesome. We always catch up, we're always working on stuff when she comes in, and we're always swapping projects. And it's just one of those things where I enjoy talking with her. Well, she was telling me that there was a fossil festival in Tampa, and I didn't know about this. I love dinosaurs, I love fossils, so I was sad that I couldn't go because I couldn't switch my days because I worked that weekend. Well, she said, hey, I'll go and I'll tell you how it is. They're just telling me all about this next time I see her. So I'm thinking, you know, oh, that's gonna be cool. Lo and behold, she comes in a day I'm not there, and she goes, hey, can you put this in Josh's locker or in the back for him? And I come in and there's a bag that says, to Josh from Elizabeth, hope you have an awesome day, wish you could have gone. And she got me a little fossil. Like, that is just so cool and sweet, and I love it. Thank you so much, Liz. I don't know if she watches the vlogs or videos, but thank you. This really made my day. I'm actually going to put it in the studio, probably right here somewhere. I don't know where yet, but this, again, it's just something where you saw something that made you think of me, and I really appreciate that. That means a lot, so thank you guys. And I do want to talk real quick about the loot that I got, because I know it says $4, I actually rang up for $2.52. The Mono Zeros, these were on clearance, and these are really good erasers. Now, I personally prefer the Tombow Knock. It's a much better deal in the long run because the actual eraser part is a full eraser instead of half plastic. I know I pulled out a little bit, but that's because I've been using this thing a lot. While the actual eraser for this dude is unfortunately mostly plastic, as you can see. But it is smaller, so I like to have both, though I prefer the Knock. This, however, was a really good deal because I was able to get a Tombow Zero and a couple refills for only $1.52. That's really good. So I thought it'd be really nice to pick this up and just have one in my travel set that I carry with me, so I could just have a little bit extra erasing power, because these are really good for like fingers and eyes. This guy is really good for it, but sometimes, especially depending on how detailed or tight the pencils are, it can be a little too big, which is crazy to say because it's still like pretty small. And I found out they're actually discontinuing the Render 9x12 pads, and that kind of sucks. So I was able to pick these guys up for a pretty good deal. Really excited about that. Render is really good. It's the only paper that is bleed proof and ghost proof with alcohol markers. It's like insane how good these things are. Like, you can draw literally on the front and back of these with no issues. I actually have the 11x14 pads, and I also have a sketchbook that's by Render. It's a hardback, which I don't think they make anymore. I think they only have the softback ones. I love it because I can really draw on both sides. I'm working on some sketches in it right now, and I just love the quality and I love the feel, and it's just such an awesome sketchbook to have. But that is an update on everything that's going on. It's a bit of a longer section of the vlog, so I do apologize. I don't know how long this is going to be as a whole because I haven't started editing it. But I have just been working on a lot of stuff. I've been busy, but I kind of like being busy, so it works out. Either way, I'm going to go back to putting this stuff away, finish this guy, get a home for him. I, again, really love the build. Like, this is super cool, so I'm just going to move some stuff around so he has a nice, clean space to chill in. And I hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe, and we're going to move on to the next clip. Alex, say that again, please.
I just wanted all of us to commemorate the absolute that we put in this cart. We have soda, ice cream cake, wine, soda, brownies, freaking cannolis. The healthiest in here is the guy Gouda.
Oh my gosh, this is so bad. It's so funny. And what are we doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? Watching Vox Machina.